level of instinct that separates good media buyers from great media buyers, and it all has to do with when and why you decide to make changes in your ad account. Here's how you can level up and make better decisions in your ad account today. The best media buyers understand that it's a balance between patience and action. Patience is understanding how long you need to let the algorithm optimize before making the decision to intervene. By the way, this video assumes that you're running a fully cost-controlled ad account or using cost per result goal or ROAS goal bidding. One of the most common questions that I get asked is how often should I make changes in my ad account? My answer is it depends where your performance sits in relation to your goals. The question I'd ask in return is how aggressive do you need to be in order to achieve your goals? Are you significantly off course at the moment, or are you currently beating your goals? To get more granular and specific, when making adjustments to my accounts on a daily basis, I ask myself just two questions. I go campaign by campaign. I look at the past 7 days, around the past 4 days, and potentially even just the past 2 days, and I'll ask myself, can I drive more volume through each campaign, or can I drive better efficiency through each campaign? This will help you decide if you can either scale up that campaign or if you need to tighten up that campaign to get better efficiency. Every single campaign should be given the proper daily budget it needs to exit the learning phase. And you should set your cost control based on the expected average order value of that campaign. To give an example, if I'm expecting an $150 average order value from my campaign and I need a 3 return on ad spend in order to be profitable, then I'll set my cost control at a $50 CPA target. All right, now you have your campaign set up. Next, you need to decide how much grace you want to give the campaign before making an adjustment on your cost control. I wait at least 5 to 7 days minimum. The reason why this is because Meta is trying to earn you 50 conversion events within a 7-day attribution window. Of course, assuming that you're optimizing for 7-day click only attribution, which I highly recommend that you do. During this 5 to 7 day period, the only metrics you need to look at is spend, CPA, and potentially add to carts, because add to carts do indicate some demand generation occurring. Now, once your campaign begins spending under your cost control, you need to be patient because Meta is trying to get you conversions within the attribution window. But you also need to decide how patient you want to be before making an action. If your campaign isn't performing and it doesn't look like there's any room for it to recover to get to the efficiency threshold you need, then you should adjust your cost control based on the actual AOV of that campaign. Going back to the example I used, if you had an $150 expected AOV and your AOV only comes out to $120, then you'll need to lower your CPA target. How aggressive you need to be when tightening your cost control depends on how far you need to move your average CPA over the course of the attribution window. To be clear, cost caps don't guarantee that you're gonna hit your CPA target. If you set a $50 cost cap, Meta can bid both above and below that $50 target. So maybe one day it'll bid $70, another day it may bid $30. It's able to have flexible bidding to average out at $50 over the course of your 7-day click attribution window. This is where patience versus action comes into play even more. If the campaign is off course from its target, you need to ask yourself the question, how aggressive do I need to be to course correct this campaign and get it into a profitable place? If I'm very close to hitting my targets, I'll make a more minor adjustment. If I'm consistently spending through my cost controls and I'm very far off of my CPA goals, then I'm gonna make a much more aggressive adjustment to my cost control to shift the average CPA in the correct direction over the course of the next attribution window. I overcorrect the cost control in order to slow inefficient spend. Yes, this will lower spend, but it will also help me recalibrate the campaign and show me 2 specific things. 1, will the campaign be profitable on this new cost control over the next 5 to 7 days? 2, it will help me find my sweet spot of how much volume I can drive through this campaign at my desired level of profitability. How aggressive I am with adjusting my cost controls also depends on high-level business performance. The first thing you should look at is not in-platform performance. It should be your acquisition MER ratio against your high-level business targets. Is my acquisition MER above or below the targets that I set in my media plan? Then look, am I above or below target in platform. How aggressive I am with adjusting these cost controls depends on how far I am above or below my actual business targets. And ask yourself, how much wiggle room do I have for profitability from a high-level business standpoint and also in platform? This high-level context is what you need in order to align your actions with your media plan's goals. Until now, we've mostly talked about being patient and how that instinct as a great media buyer can really help understanding when to make the right adjustments in your ad account. Now let's talk about the second piece. Action. Action is the question, how aggressive can and should you be? Now, the ideas of patience and action honestly overlap a lot, and you're probably already hearing similar themes of the aggressiveness you should have in your ad account. Step one as a media buyer is to understand you should always be capturing as much auction inventory as there is on a daily basis. By the way, when I say auction inventory, I'm talking about how many potential purchasers there are that you can convert at your desired CPA that you're setting on your cost cap. Once you find this winning campaign, inflate your daily budget to around double your average daily spend over the past 3 days. And if you're confused what I'm talking about, here's a little crash course on cost controls. When using cost caps in your ad account, Meta is only going to deliver your daily budget around the efficiency that you set on your cost cap. If I consistently hit my entire daily budget every single day, that means that there was actually potentially more spend that Meta could have hit at our efficiency targets. I'll put an example on the screen where you can see that yesterday in this ad account, we had a higher daily budget than what we actually spent on that campaign. This is the beauty of cost caps. Because we don't decide how much we spend on a daily basis, Meta decides based on the efficiency that you set, how much auction inventory it can capture on a daily basis. How high you want to go on your daily budget is honestly up to you. But here's the point. You should aim to never spend your whole daily budget on any given day. Inflate your daily budget and let it capture as much volume as it can surrounding your efficiency threshold. Now, my next point surrounding the idea of action for a media buyer is that if nothing is working in your ad account, you should not sit around and do nothing about it. You should always have a consistent backlog of ad campaigns to launch at any given time in case for whatever reason you're not able to get enough spend delivered around the efficiency that you need. The worst thing that you can do is start opening up your cost caps to get more spend through, or running highest volume campaigns where you have no efficiency threshold, because the most important thing is that every ad dollar you spent is contributing to incremental new customer growth for your business. This is exactly what separates good media buyers from great media buyers. How are you going to action against the problem? How aggressive are you going to be to fix the problem? If you're off course and nothing's working, you need to find new performance. Nothing is magically just going to start working. If you're losing and you're too patient and not willing to be aggressive and launch a bunch of new things, then you're going to lose. I made this video the other day on a concept called front-loading your ad account, and I think it's a very underrated concept. Front-loading your ad account simply means to launch a ton of campaigns at the beginning of the month in order to find ones that will spend around your efficiency targets, and then vertically scale those campaigns up, tighten up inefficient spenders, and you'll be able to, one, find the best campaigns that are able to spend at your target efficiency, or two, figure out that none of the campaigns that you had to launch are going to work and that you need to quickly action against that lack of ad spend that you have. Be aggressive when you find these winning campaigns. I call them golden nuggets. At the beginning of the month, I'm launching a ton of different campaigns. I'm trying to find the golden nuggets. So initially horizontally scaling out the ad account, launching a ton of different campaigns, giving me optionality to see where I can spend and drive volume at my desired efficiency targets. Once I find those golden nuggets, I'm able to vertically scale up those campaigns while maintaining efficiency and kill off less efficient campaigns, reducing that inefficient spend. Remember, having awareness of where you stand in relation to your media plan at all times will help you decide how patient you can be with your campaigns. If you take these learnings and apply them to your ad account, I promise that you will see a difference. Remember, the best buyers understand that this is a balancing act between patience and action, and how aggressive you are going to be in order to course correct and meet your goals for your clients. Can't wait to hear how you apply the learnings from this video to your own ad accounts. I really hope that it helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.